Well, let's shift focus to the commodity space. Manisha is here with the one commodity which is top of mind for her. Manisha, morning.
Morning, Prashant. Thank you for that. Well, I'm looking at copper because after 5 weeks of constant declines, last week was one that we saw gains come in for the copper prices. Many of the industrial metals actually have started to gain up in the last 2 or 3 sessions. For copper prices, it is trading at a 2-week highs right now, and we have seen 2.5% gains in the previous week itself. When you look at the LME markets itself, we saw 8,800 as a low, but 9,100 is where copper on LME seems to be trading right now. There are various reasons for support. One, the Shanghai inventories for copper are at March lows. They are at around 262,200 tons as of now. The second point is that there are now receding fears of recession in US. We've seen most of the regional equity markets do well. So that has led to a lot of short covering in case of metal prices, and copper is one of those as well. The other thing really is about the US Fed rate cut, where the markets are now factoring in almost 100 basis point of a rate cut for the year 2024 in the calendar year, and that has been supportive. But the major factor clearly comes in from Chile, where BHP's Escondida mine is gone in for a strike, and Escondida is the world's largest copper mine. 5% of global copper comes in from Escondida. And the strike really doesn't augur so well here, because markets already are looking at a shortage of copper as we get into 2025. And this could really hamper supplies going forward. So when you look at the numbers itself, BHP has offered a bonus of around $28,000, but the workers have been asking for $35,000. This is where the whole conversation is getting stuck now. But Escondida also has a history of strikes in the past as well. The last one was 2021. There was wage negotiations, and it was just averted in time. 2017, there was 44 days of strike. 2011 saw 14 days. 2006, 26 days as well. And there was an year in between at 2015 when there was a hunger strike by the workers there. So Escondida, as I said, has a history of strikes, and that always does impact copper prices, and especially on the higher side. This is where we've seen support come in from. Having said that, there's a lot of data also coming in. And for this week, you have Bank of Korea decision coming in. Reserve Bank of Australia also is coming out with their meeting minutes. You also have China 1-year and 5-year loan prime rates coming in. And then there's inflation data from Japan and Singapore. And then the Jackson Hole meeting by the end of this week is something that the markets will be keeping an eye on.
Absolutely. Glad you brought up the history on Escondida, Manisha, because I remember every couple of years this mine will hit global headlines because of some sort of labor unrest or the other, and major disruptions, right? We hope that it all gets resolved amicably for mutual benefit for the unions and the mine operator. Thank you so much for joining in.